Which team, doesn't matter which conference, is under the most pressure to win a title this year? Vince, what do you think?
I'm going to go off the board a little bit, and I'm going to say the Denver Nuggets, those same Denver Nuggets, and here's why, guys. The San Antonio Spurs are coming. The Denver, oh, there go Perk. There's Perk. I love it. I love it. Oklahoma City is not going anywhere. They have a core that's young. They have future draft capital with Sam Presti and everything that he's done there. They're going to be here. San Antonio, we know with Big Slim, they're going to load up. Denver has, to me, the shortest runway to capitalize on the best of the rest of Nikola Jokic. He's 31 years old. He could very well win MVP for a fourth time. And I know we're not in a dynasty era, Stephen A. and Perk, but for someone to have 4 MVPs and to come away with possibly just one championship as possibly the singular player post-LeBron James era, that will be looked at as a disappointment. They've only gotten to one conference final since Jokic has started this MVP run. I know they've had injuries and everything else, but if they are assuming health, you're going to look away saying, man, they only came away with one championship. Bird got to multiple finals with winning 3 MVPs in a row. Magic won 3 MVPs and got to multiple finals, multiple championships. We know about Michael Jordan. We know about LeBron James winning 4 and all the hell that he caught in just getting to 3 championships, 4 championships. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets are going to be held historically to that same standard, and I don't know how much longer they have with this core, even if they get healthy, while everybody else, it feels like they have a longer runway.
Perk?
Go ahead, Perk.
Man, Vince, bro, I
Did
love
I make your
you.
skin
I
crawl
swear
again,
you do a
Perk?
great job, but today, you off your block a little bit this morning, man.
Yes.
The fact that you said that the Denver Nuggets, a team that already has the NBA championship, is under the most pressure. They're not even close in that conversation, if you ask me, to be honest with you. And the team that's under the most pressure is the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's no other team that's under amount of pressure like those guys. There's no other player in the NBA that's under the amount of pressure like Donovan Mitchell. I'm one of these guys that is willing to argue with anybody that the Cavs has done more for Donovan Mitchell than they done for LeBron James. When it comes to surrounding him with the personnel and the bodies and firing coaches to put him in position to be successful. James Harden, it's pressure on him. Can he deliver? As a third option, because he's not even a second option on his team, it's going to be Evan Mobley. Is Evan Mobley going to fold again, or he's going to open up his level of physicality? Here's another thing. They fired J.B. Bickerstaff a couple of seasons ago. J.B. Bickerstaff is in the way of Cleveland Cavaliers with the best team in the Eastern Conference that have is the best record in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers better go out and compete and try to win a championship. There's no other team in the league that's under the pressure like the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell.
Perk is absolutely 1,000% right. Vinny, you got to come up with your own maneuvers, turn it sideways from the camera. That belongs to Perk. And Perk, I'll upgrade it somehow before the end of this segment, and I'll personally show you how this chair actually reclines. What you were wishing to do, what you wish you could have done, I will show you that you could do it, before the segment is over. But let me say this to y'all both right now. Let me say this, Vinny, Perk is absolutely right. You off your rocker right now this morning. Something wrong with you. It's clearly the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's clearly the answer in this equation. I love me some Donovan Mitchell. I believe the brother is a stud. But you got the clothes and you've got the pieces around you. I understand, Perk, when you say they did more for Donovan Mitchell than they did for LeBron James, but more was required because Donovan Mitchell ain't 6'9", 260. So we got to take that into consideration as well, even though the brother's a stud. He might have needed a little bit more than LeBron needed, okay, because he's not LeBron, but he's still a stud. He's big time. James Harden, obviously, last 4 Game 7s, 13.8 points, 27% shooting, 17% from three-point range. That is unbecoming of one of the prolific scorers that we've ever seen in NBA history. Only attempted 9 shots in a Game 7 last year against Denver. Those are those questions. What about this one, Big Perk? Because you missed this one. What about the playoffs last year when these cats actually, there were several starters that literally sat out? And then they were available for the next game. Well, if you were available for game 3, you should have been available for game 2. How'd that happen? So we had character issues as it pertained to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not Donovan Mitchell, because he showed up. It was the other cats that weren't available. And we were like, what the hell is going on? Vinny, you reported on that, I remember. We were talking about it. We was like, how the hell that happened? I was listening to you on NBA radio at that time. You was talking about it. How the hell, if you could play a day later or 2 days later, you could have played 48 hours earlier. This is the playoffs for crying out loud. And these cats, 3 starters or so, sat out the damn game. All of those things have engulfed the Cleveland Cavaliers, combined with what you said about J.B. Bickerstaff being replaced by Atkinson. In the end, there is nobody that has more pressure on them than the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got to close the deal. This is what it comes down to, because we're watching a multitude of players on that squad that have not answered the call. And that's the bottom line.
They have to perform. James Harden has to play well and play up to an MVP type of standard. He can't underperform. I don't think he has to get to the NBA finals. Donovan Mitchell has to get to the. Don't do that, Stephen. Don't do that, Stephen.
The Cavs feel like a little more individualized pressure than it does.
The difficult point was when I missed my 3rd year with a broken foot, and there were a lot of criticism on my weight, my care for the game, etc. But the whole time I'm looking at a doctor, and the doctor's telling me, yeah, we're gonna perform this surgery, but if this surgery doesn't work, we really don't know the next step.
Yeah.
So while people are saying what they're saying, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, it is what it is. I'm in Portland rehabbing, not knowing if my foot's gonna heal. I'm sorry. And it was frustrating.
Okay, so a vulnerable Zion Williamson there. Perk, what was your reaction to what he just said?
Well, I'm just happy that he's back in a safe place. I'm just happy that he cleaned up the things that he needed to clean up. And let me say this. I was one of the ones that was criticizing him, but it wasn't because I didn't have my facts together. The information that I was receiving was coming from inside the organization at the time. You know, the weight problems was coming from his habits. They was having team meetings about Zion and, getting his stuff together and his work ethic. And listen, when you're the number 1 pick, a former number 1 pick, pressure comes with that. And I understand being injured, you can't control that with the broken foot. I'm glad he got past that. But the most important thing I want to applaud Zion on is him being able to bounce back the way that he did. The accountability part, cleaning up his house outside of the basketball court. His agent now, one of the guys that is leading the charge, one of the best agents to ever do it, and Bill Duffy is out here handling his business and making sure that he's holding Zion accountable and being able to be a grown man in between the lines and outside the lines. So again, I'm not sitting up here trying to criticize what he's saying about his broken foot. I've been there as a player. I know what it feels like to be sidelined. I know what it feels like to wonder if you're ever going to play the game again at the level that you was playing it at, or even be able to play again, period. So I get what he's saying. I want to give him his flowers, but I want to say the criticism that he was receiving at the time and throughout the course of his stint being the New Orleans Pelicans was deserved, because we wasn't just making up stories. It was information that was given to us from inside of the organization.
I don't think that Zion, and that was an excellent interview by Malika Andrews. You should go check it out. It's 15, 16 minutes long.
So what?
See it. She did a great job.
Yep.
Good on Zion for stepping in that and opening up after all this time, because we rarely hear him speak and advocate for himself. I look at Zion like not a bust, but a disappointment, who still has some runway left to change the narrative around his story. Like, we don't pay attention to the New Orleans Pelicans because of how bad they've been, but him playing 35 straight games, that's the longest mark of his career.
We're incredibly proud of Zion Williamson because of the accountability that Perk just alluded to, being represented by one of the best agents this business has ever seen in Bill Duffy.
Yep.
You know what? We're unapologetic about the fact, listen, I'm going to speak up for brothers that's in the agency business every chance I get. In football, to Mulugeta, to NBA, to the Goodwin brothers and Rich Paul, and of course, but the greatness of Bill Duffy cannot be denied. He's been around for ages.
Godfather.
He is still one of the best in the business, one of the godfathers. You know how much I love him. Let me say this. Zion Williamson, having him is one of the best things he could have ever done. Having somebody like that in your life when you're a young professional, because Bill Duffy is about accountability. And the reality of the situation is, I say this respectfully to Zion Williamson, we're very happy for you. But I want to piggyback off of what Perk added because it's incredibly important. Nothing was made up. The information that emanated about Zion Williamson, yeah, it came from inside the organization. It came from people even closer than that to Zion Williamson. I'm going to leave it at that. People that called up and encouraged us to get in his ass because of some of the things that he was doing. You got people that are alcoholics. You got people that are drug addicts and stuff like that. What was Zion's problem? Food addict. The joke was everybody in New Orleans that cooked. It could be everybody from a restaurant, a chef, to your grandmama, all right? Anybody that cooked knew about Zion Williamson, and he knew them. They were on a first-name basis because that brother ate a lot, okay? You even had rumors, and literally, I'm here thinking it was a joke, and somebody told me to go on the air and point out how he got busted hiding food under his bed. This is the kind of stuff that was happening, okay? So why does that matter? His rookie year, he plays just 24 games. His second year, he missed 21 games. His third year, he was out the entire season. His fourth year, he played 29 games. Fifth year was good at 70 games. Last year, he played 30 games until this year. So really, this is only in the 7 years that he's been in the league, seventh year, he's only had three different, two and a half decent seasons of actually being available. Do y'all know that this brother has been put on the injured list 35 times in his career? 35. An average of 5 times a year per season. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about Zion Williamson here. And so he has to understand, as sensitive as it is, you've missed more games than you've played. He's played in 259 games in his career. He's missed 275. You're looking at him right now, and you're saying to yourself, of course, Vinny, you're right. He's not a bust because the brother can ball. He averaging 21 a game, which is down from last year, down from the year before. But we know he's a man-child. When he's healthy and on the basketball court, we know what he could do. It was just about his dedication to being available to do it. And even this year, while you are available, there are 15 teams in the Western Conference. Y'all are 13th. It's bad. Now, Joe Dumars is going to turn that around. I have no doubt. Make no mistake about it. But with you as the former #1 overall pick, when they were losing games because you wasn't on the court. Now they're losing games with you on the court. So it's about elevating your level of play, but prioritizing being available so we can appreciate you the way that we should. I will say this, and this is very, very important to say. We've had debates in the past as to Zion being that first overall pick and what a big mistake New Orleans may have made in picking him instead of Ja Morant. I hope Ja Morant is listening. The trajectory is changing. Zion is going this way. Morant is like this. It's like, wait a minute. Look at Ja Morant. He can play. He's not a scrub. But he had superstar written all over him. Now we look at Ja Morant. There's no development in this game. 23% shooting from three-point range. The electrifying skills that he had, whatever. There's been no improvement. His body mass is the same. His weight looks the same. His play looks, it doesn't look like he worked on his game at all. He just happens to be so gifted, he can get away with it and still give you 17 to 20 a night. But the fact of the matter is, there's been a lot of talk about Ja Morant. And not all his personal stuff off the court. People need to leave his family alone, leave his friends alone, leave all of that alone. We're talking about Ja Morant as the basketball player. It's almost like he's not flatlined, but he has staled. There's no elevation. At least with Zion, we're now finally able to say, there's some elevation taking place now. He's more accountable. He's growing up. And if he's going to prioritize making sure that he's available, then the sky's the limit for him looking into his future. That's a really, really big deal, and that's a huge plus that he should hang his hat on, appreciate that, stay with Bill Duffy, and make sure that you continue to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. That's a lot better than we can say about Ja Morant at this particular moment in time, who doesn't appear that his game has changed one bit. It seems to be the same, no elevation whatsoever.
And I'm going to say this. Zion is in great hands. Joe Dumars, Troy Weaver, Bill Duffy, they're going to lead him in the right direction as long as he continue to follow. It's a reason that the Pelicans took him and not made him available at the trade deadline. Ja Morant was made available at the trade deadline. Ja Morant,
Correct.
Memphis was trying to trade him.